You bought the pieces, you made some changes, but your home still doesn't feel cohesive. What's missing? Welcome to GA Atelier, the place where intentional design meets mindful living. I'm Gigi Askar, and I'm here with you on this journey to explore how intentional design can shape the way we live and feel, and how to transform our living spaces into sanctuaries that reflect our unique story, personality, style, and lifestyle, and elevate our everyday experiences. Step into my atelier and let's intentionally design together. So we've talked a lot on this podcast about making small changes and why this can work, especially when you can't or don't want to do a big overhaul all at once. But then what happens when these changes feel maybe a little disjointed rather than connected? You buy a new sofa because you need one, or you replace the rug because the old one got damaged, for example. You get window treatments because you need privacy maybe, or more protection from sunlight. But then somewhere along the way, you stop and look around and feel like it's still not quite working. It's not cohesive. It doesn't feel pulled together. So today I want to talk about what happens when you make design decisions one by one in isolation without a bigger vision to anchor and bring all these decisions together and all the choices that you're making together. It's, a piecemeal design kind of. It's when we solve one problem at a time, like I said, in isolation, without looking at the bigger picture. And while each choice might be beautiful on its own, every piece you're buying or furniture or any changes you're making, together they still don't create the experience you were hoping for. The room or the space still feels like it's still not working. And this usually doesn't happen because you made the wrong choice or the wrong decision necessarily. You do care deeply about your space and how it looks and feels, and you want to fix it or make it look better and feel better, but it's the clarity of a bigger picture that maybe you didn't have enough time or you didn't take enough time to think about and really envision that. You might be responding to immediate needs, maybe out of necessity. And we all do that. We need to fix something right away, or just we get impatient. We're like, okay, I'll just make a decision. I'll pick something because there's just that immediate need, or you see something that you like, so you want to add it to the design of your home, but it doesn't quite fit maybe where you put it or where you chose to add it. So over time, this piecemeal approach can cost more because the space still doesn't quite feel right, no matter how you invested in it in terms, of time, energy, money, and it can be frustrating. So, it's the same. Like imagine building a house without a blueprint. It's not a great idea. And the same thing is for interiors. It's really important to create that vision. It really matters. And to take your time to really not only think about how it's going to look, I like to add how it's also going to feel to you. A cohesive vision is more than just aesthetics. It's not just for the design to look nice, but it's also for everything to work together effortlessly and seamlessly to create that experience that you want. I'll give you an example. I have a client who is very eager to make all kinds of changes in her house, which is great. She's very excited and wants to move quickly, but we had to sit together and I asked her to kind of put all her, not only the needs, but all her wants and desires in a list so we can map out what the plan is. A lot of decisions will affect other choices. For example, new shades would need to work with the wall paint color or maybe even the flooring color. So are we planning to change these if we add the shades? Is she going to plan to paint again later? And then, for example, which change should come before we pick the living room chairs because she wants a specific color that is not your usual muted color. So would that work with the rug that she would want to buy down the road? So all of this has to work together. And this is where the design hour comes in. It's where we not only look at the bigger picture and create that vision. What do we want to accomplish? What do we want the final design to look like and feel like? But also the steps to get there. And most importantly, the order, the right order of these steps. What to do before the next one so that everything falls into place as we move forward with the design. So if you feel like you need some guidance in setting up that vision and the steps, mapping out those steps to move forward, the link for the Atelier Hour session is in the show notes if you want to book yours. But for now, ask yourself, am I designing piece by piece in isolation, in a reactive way, or maybe even in a hurry? Or am I designing with a bigger vision? This is really what intentional design means. You have an intention behind what you're designing, what you are creating in your home. I hope this episode inspires you to zoom out and give yourself some time to create that bigger vision for your home. Thank you for joining my atelier. And if you love this episode, please hit the subscribe button so that you are following the podcast. It really helps more people find the podcast. And I'll see you in the next episode.